Hello, the greatest Agatha Mind family. How are you all doing? Thank you so dearly for always supporting us. I really appreciate. If today the first time you are coming across this wonderful, great family, or you are seeing my face for the first time, I still remain your one and only Agatha Progress, and I bring it to you back to back. Remember, we react to all videos, and your opinion is highly needed. So let's dive into what is happening today, and I will be right back.
Prison. There are so many things that we must have to look at, and there are so many things that the lawyers and handlers of Kanu's case should do before the movement of Kanu from DSS prison, DSS dungeon to Kuje prison is being completed. Number one, there might be reasons. This is not the first time that the DSS is going against court ruling, because they might decide not to take him to Kuje and start fighting for them to keep him, with the excuse that he is more secured with them than whatever. But after listening to what the lawyers handling Kanu's case said in their press conference today, you find out that Kanu, they said, I quote, that Kanu is being maltreated, kept in a cell that is not meant for women. If you, like they said, true, if Kanu had change of clothes or access to new clothes, he won't be wearing the same dress that he has been wearing since he was kidnapped in Kenya to court every time. That means they are treating him terribly bad there. That is why his lawyers are working very hard to make sure that he is moved from there to there. But before they move Kanu, there's one question we will ask. If he's been treated badly in the DSS, is he in the proper health condition to move? You know, when somebody wants to destroy you, we are in a world whereby so many technologies, so many chemicals, so many medications, because it's only him that is there. What is administered? What does he breathe? What does he eat? Where he sleeps? What is on there? There are some chemicals and dangerous weaponized chemicals that just need to touch your skin and it to enter, and it takes a gradual process before it wreaks the havoc they were meant to wreak on an individual. So what I'm saying, before they move Kanu from, let them leave him there in the DSS distance. Before they move him, they must have to bring not even Nigerian doctors, foreign doctors, to run a comprehensive test to know whether there are some things that are abnormal in his system. Not when he leaves DSS dungeon and goes to Kuje prison and start being sick or anything happens to him, people will say, oh, he might have been poisoned in Kuje, or he might have gotten that in Kuje. Or the DSS will come out and say, if they have left him with us, he would have been safe. So having said this, what is Kanu's health condition? Who was in charge of his food over there? What were they feeding him? What kind of environment was he kept in? A solitary confinement? What kind of environment was he in is what they will determine. What kind of sleeping position? Everything must have to be put into consideration to make sure that he is in the right frame of health before he is being transferred there. My brothers and sisters, no person is smiling this time around. No person is safe, no matter. Yes, they know the consequences of what will take place from the international community, because everything, like I told you, everything is not going in the favor of those that arrested him or kidnapped him. They don't have solid case against him. And the kidnap from Kenya have messed up any other case that they have because they did not pass through the due process. But the truth is this: if any government declares you wanted for one reason or the other, if they can't get you through the constitutional means, most of them use their secret agents. They can do what they did to Kalu, but it's not legal. It is not recognized. But many countries practice that. So it should not come as a sort of surprise for you all. Then the $1 million question becomes: how did the rumor of Kalu to be released today emanate? Who spread that information? Who speculated? What led to that? I learned from my investigation recently, some elder statesmen from the eastern part of Nigeria went on a courtesy call to President Buhari. We heard news of Ojos Okalo visiting him too. After the meeting, they said they told the president the implication of still keeping Kalu there and begged him to release Kalu. Is this judgment or this proclamation by the judge handling the case to transfer him, is it a soft landing for Kanu in the bid to release him, according to whatever agreement or promise that the president made to the Igbo elites that went to visit him, begging him to use political means to solve this problem? Because it's only political means, negotiations, like I've been saying, that will calm down the nerves of people. Because if you don't negotiate, brute force can never solve a problem for any nation, because violence can never solve any problem but would add more problems to the already existing problem of that particular nation. So, Nigerian government has tried using force and brute force, and it's not working. It is bringing bad image, worsening their PR globally every time. It's not like because the world is not talking, it doesn't mean that they don't know what is going on. Most of these countries that have embassies in Nigeria, do you know what some of those embassies do? They are there collecting information for their different countries of what is happening, which will help to mold their opinion or legislations or declarations against those countries when times be. They are information gathering apparatus. They know exactly what is transpiring in Nigeria. They know every bit of thing, depending. Countries work on interest. Britain have their interests. They would like to protect their interests. Even if they see that things are going right, but it is being perpetuated by someone that is in support of their agenda for that country, they will look elsewhere. That is what happens. So now, after this begging, the $1 million question is, will Kalu be granted bail by January or February when they postponed this case to? Will he be granted bail? Will he be released? There are so many things that can happen in detention. Even if, listen, Kalu is a high-level personality. So in any detention that he is kept, people that are working there will give him the best protection, because they know he's like a volcano. He's like a thinking time bomb that anything happens to him, so many things will erupt that will not be good. So the government knows it, and they will make sure that everything that they will do, they will keep him right. But one thing matters. Is he going to be in a cell, even if when he transfers to Kuje, only him? Another question is, who are those that will be in charge of taking care of him, even if when he's transferred to Kuje? Are they ones that have hate for what he is doing? You know, you don't just keep somebody that hates what you are doing to protect you. That person might be devilish. Also, food matters in everything. There's something some women in one country do. I will not name the country. What do? Systematical killing of somebody. They might, in that country, if you're a man and you're dating one of them and you're very rich and they want to eliminate you and take over your properties, what do? They grind bottle. That's how they grind it. It will be dusty. They will be applying it to your food gradual. At a due cost, you start having some health concerns that you will never survive. So, what Carlo eats in prison is very important. In the detention is very important. The toothpaste he used, everything he used, there should be a testing officer there that is neutral, who should be testing anything before Carlo uses it. I'm telling you the truth, nothing but the truth. Sometimes, God forbid, nothing is going to happen to Carlo in detention. I know that one too well. But God forbid, sometimes if anything happens, people might blame it on the government, say government paid someone or government did it. Sometimes it's not like that. Overzealous individuals or individuals full of hate, who hates your ideology, who hates your actions, who thinks that your action does not comply with their own belief or what they stand for or whom they are representing, who works in a facility that's a high-profile individual like that is being locked up, can, out of his own violation, do something. So before they transfer Carlo to cell, they must make sure that he is in a cell where only him is not in a general population where, because so much Boko Haram insurgents are detained in those places. And Boko Haram, what they stand for, don't like what Carlo is doing. So if he is kept together with some individuals that are not of the same opinion with him, something terrible will happen. But I pray nothing happens. Like I usually say, I believe violence cannot solve the present problem. Dialogue. There are still some of our governors might be puppets of the North and puppets of those that are militating against our welfare. It's not. We are not violent people. We are loving people. The Easterners are loving people who travel all over the world, all over the villages. My father once told me that anywhere you go to and you don't see an Igbo man, run for your dear life. That place, even in Antarctica, that is the coldest place in the world, you will see Igbo men thriving there. Why? Because we have love, we have passion, we are travelers, we are investors, we are borderless. We are borderless. So that is the spirit. And so many people know that if the sun rises, we will be the liberator of the entire black race. That's why some powers that may be, who have seen the marginalization, my brother, uniting us with Nigerians set us 150 million years backwards. The place we would have been today is not where we would have been. Before, some people that are benefiting from the entity called Nigeria now have started realizing from treatment of people like Innocent Motors, the treatment he's getting, Ibeto Cement, the treatment he's getting, some of this oil, and Cubana of recent. My brothers and sisters will tell you there are some, they say all men are equal in a country, but some are more equal than the others. It is true. There are people that are more equal than the other that can deal with you, manipulate you, reduce you, stampede your growth and your business. And we are sick and tired of that. And that's why every person is crying. If our generation suffers this and lost, my father's generation suffered it. My children and my grandchildren that are unborn, we will let this suffer. So we are working towards liberating, so that even if we don't enjoy that freedom, even if we don't enjoy the prosperity that will come with the Biafran nation, my brothers and sisters, let our children and our great-grandchildren be free to use their God-given talent to make a living. Kanu stands for that movement. Kanu stands for development. Kanu stands for progress. Kanu stands for liberating us from the shackles of marginalization. Favoritism is what is going on. There's nothing. How can my daughter or my son or your son or your daughter, like take a federal government entrance to federal government college, they will place like a standard of like 400% for them to enter, and somebody from one other side will come in with 2%. It is not by merit. I love America. I'm a citizen of America now. What do I love about America? I can go to any job that I'm qualified and apply without having no godfather, and they will hire me because of the skill and the talent and the education I have. That is what Biafra will stand for. Not this country whereby you can't even get toothpick if you don't have a godfather. I still remain your brother, your servant, Jokokajata and Ujenna, saying before Kanu is being moved, every I must be dotted, every T must be crossed, and every person must make sure that he is well. Otherwise, moving him to Kuje is not a victory. He can be where he is now if he will be more secured. But my brothers and sisters, I know in Kuje he will have more liberty, but his security must be guaranteed, because my brother, Ihaneme Aderisi, I rest my case. Brothers and sisters, let's keep on watching. Let's keep on watching and see what the outcome of this. If dialogue can solve a political situation, I don't like violence. I don't like killing. I don't like shedding of blood. Many innocent people have lost their lives in this period. Houses are being burnt. Nigeria is worse than Afghanistan. Nigeria is the most dangerous place in the world today. Research and find it. We don't like those kind of things. Yeah, what everyone is crying for is treat every person equal. Treat every person equal. Don't treat some people like marginalize them like they are people defeated in war. My brothers and sisters, treat everyone equal. And they say no, then Pharaoh let our people go, so that we can go and build a nation our children and children unborn will enjoy. I still remain your brother, your servant, I'll keep on informing you. I'll keep on telling you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I rest my case.
So our brother has spoken. How many of you agreed to what he just said? Remember, everybody have their own opinion. This is another suggestion that he brought. He just said before they will transfer Nnamdi Kanu to prison, that they should first of all do a thorough investigation, of which is right if you look at it, because you can't trust these people. So my wonderful family, I still want you to drop your opinion for me in the comment section, because your opinion matters a lot. Thank you so dearly for always supporting. I really do appreciate. Do well to like this video, share and subscribe if you haven't. I still remain your one and only Agatha Progress, bringing it to you live and direct. See you when I see you. From me to you, I say bye.